For those that tuned into Summer Apex a couple of weeks ago, we saw the closest finish in GRIDLIFE racing history, 6/1000ths of a second, with it was James French over Blair Hosey by 6/1000ths, .006. Will it be that close today at GRIDLIFE Circuit Legends race 1 of 4 for the GRIDLIFE Rush Series? Traveling with us across the country, they'll next race in their championship at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, but we'll see them at Audubon, we'll see them at Pit Race. Here we go to the start stand. Green flag flies, and we're underway in the GRIDLIFE Rush Series at Lime Rock Park and at Circuit Legends. Hosey and Leach side by side in the first corner, a little 3 wide deeper in the field. Covered off though, door to door through the first corner.
Yeah, and Andy Vocal's trying to follow Ryan Leach through the outside, heading to turn 2. What's really critical is that you try and get to the inside of turn 4, which is the turn after this one. So that's all about, if you get stuck on the outside of turn 4, you're just going to get freight trained down the no-name straight.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tight here as they make their way through turn 4. There's that lift for a couple cars that are side by side. I think one of them was Ayrton Grimm working his way forward. His GLTC car not operational here this weekend. He'll have to make it work in the Rush Series, pulling double duty. Up the uphill for the first time, 40-foot climb. It's a lot of feet in these cars, and off to West Bend.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what it's like doing the uphill in these cars. You're so low to the ground. You must be looking only at sky when you get up the uphill.
Down through turn 7 now, Bryce Mersberger in the red and white car running in P5, and a bunch of dust kicked up. Everybody scatters. I think it was Mersberger offline, and in through comes Ayler in the blue and white car. He made a pass, and then Brett DiGiacomo's in there as well. He's dropped a couple of spots here in the opening lap.
Yeah, and our top 3 have kind of checked out from 4th on through down. It's the same as it started, Hosey, Leach, and Vocal. French has kind of dropped back from Vocal, and he's now in the clutches of Nico Bratz, who's going to try and get him for that top 4 spot. And then behind him, Oehler and Perotti Morsberger having to, went wide on the last turn, so that he's lost a couple spots as a result of that.
Off into the uphill for lap 2. Hosey over Leach, over Vocal, over French, over Nico Bratz in the number 7. And Leach again was winless in the first 3 rounds of the championship at Carolina Motorsports Park, at Midwest Festival, and at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. But he went to Road America and had all sorts of problems. Ended up in the top 5 twice, but also a couple finishes outside the top 30. And finally showed a little bit of weakness. But Andy Vocal, 3rd in line there. You've seen the pink and black turn-in concepts car. He's been runner-up 8 times this season. He is tired of finishing behind that number 56 and it sits 3rd right now.
Yeah, and then when Blair Hosey started competing around Midwest Fest, that added another really, really strong competitor into the top 3. So this top 5 is extremely talented here at the top of Rush.
There's a car off on the driver's right going into turn 3, but they pulled off towards the orange cutout. So I don't think, well, another car turn around. Is that
140?
It's a 148 car. Turned around there. I didn't get a good look at the number on the timing and scoring. That's Joseph Tang, who was P18, but he'll get back rolling. That was over at Big Bend there. Maybe he got up on the curb high side, and maybe there was a little touch there.
Yeah, the curbs are actually pretty high here, and I bet in these cars you can get yourself stranded on them relatively easily.
Oh, Nico Bratz, big wiggle out of turn 7 in the red car, kicks up a cloud of dust. That was a big lift moment, I'm sure. You get off the end of the curb there, and it is a wild ride in the grass.
Yeah, and you run out of space on the outside of that turn really, really fast. So you got to, hopefully he kind of tones that down a little bit, because you run out of that that grass really, really fast. And in these cars, you could be heading towards that wall pretty fast.
Yeah, Ryan Leach, 9/10ths back from Blair Hosey. Keeping an eye also on the 9th and 10th place cars. Nate Hamilton and TJ Hunt, those are Team Rapscallion teammates that have been going toe-to-toe a bunch this year. They've got the Sunoco liveries on their cars, but that'll be a fun battle to watch with those 2 teammates going head-to-head. Here's another one with the 59 and the 171. That is Woodward and Brady.
Yep. Yeah, fighting for that in the top 20. We got a full course yellow.
I imagine that it could be for the car that's off at turn 3, driver's right, that I pointed out. Now we also have a car on pit lane. That's Bryce Mersberger in the 114. He was up inside the top 5, so going the wrong direction here. Sitting in the box with the bodywork coming off, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to secure that the driver's side, the left side front body panel. Maybe it came loose as he went off track at the last turn here. Yeah,
so again, you see the tow truck is pulling off to the right there, and it's going to go grab the car that's over there. Now, was that Jalen Batley is also showing down the order? Is it the 88 car that's over there? And we'll track this tow truck over to it, and it indeed is Jalen Batley. So that's unfortunate. Was looking quick in practice, but it just came to a stop. Couldn't quite get to the cutout, and it didn't look like it hit anything, just sort of dead stick over there, you know.
Yeah, really unfortunate to see, but great job to find a place to go off track away from other people. So hopefully he will see him back out there in these upcoming races. He's qualified in 12th, so he's got good pace. Hopefully it's something pretty minor.
Yeah, should hopefully be a pretty quick cleanup. We should get back rolling, but Merzberger's going to go either, I think, back to the racetrack, maybe without body work on it. Besides the point, Blair Hosey leads the way, and Cerise caught up with Blair before race 1 earlier.
All right, guys, I am here with the pole position himself, Blair Hosey. You are not only the winner of Rush right now, but you are also one of the founding members, I guess you could say, of the Rush series. How's the track feeling today while we're here at Lime Rock?
Really good. I mean, not a whole lot of grip, which is nice in the high speeds because the car stays free. But I think it's going to change as it gets hotter. Drift cars are going out. So right now, it's obviously working, so I'm not complaining.
Now, you're not a stranger to motorsports. What's the most challenging thing about driving these cars?
Frankly, just finding where to find the last few tenths, right? I mean, it's so dependent on the driver, but the Rush field is so talented. That's like, how do you find that last little bit to get to the front? So for me this weekend, it's just been driving and kind of licking the stamp and sending it. So yeah, we'll see.
All right, cool. And now you guys are at every single GRIDLIFE event, and it's been wonderful to have you here in the pits. You bring a certain element of diversity that we have here. What is it like to go around to all these events?
It's been awesome. I mean, I've been racing world championships and national championships for years. And so I truly think GRIDLIFE is one of the coolest things ever. Like, it's the most unprofessional, professional form of motorsport in the world. Like, we're all here having a good time because we love the sport, we love just having fun, but like the quality of the series, the live stream, everything's just top notch. I love it. So
you said it. The quality it speaks for itself, guys. I mean, we come here, we have a good time, we hang out with all of our friends. It's always a pleasure seeing you and your dad and everybody on the Rush team. You got Team Sunoco behind you. So I just want to say thank you for being here and give them hell out there. You keep doing it.
I'm gonna try. We're gonna go try and win, and then go crazy at the karaoke party.
I'm so excited. What's your karaoke song?
Last year we did Colt 45, so we're gonna have to one-up it this year. I don't know yet.
All right, leave your kids at home for that one. But we'll see you out there. Good luck.
Hell yeah, Cerise.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Cerise. And Blair Hosey also repping the Hunt Company merch on his chest there. That's pretty cool. Again, TJ Hunt, one of our drivers here in the field, running 10th, right behind teammate Nate Hamilton. I pointed out earlier the team cars running in 9th and 10th. For Team Rapscallion, but under yellow here, it should be a pretty quick extrication of that car from turn 3. I think that the yellow flags have already been taken away, and so long as the lights on the pace car are out, that means we're going green this time by.
Yeah, we'll see whether Hosey and Leach can make the same gap they did back to Andy, or if Andy's going to try and stick with him a little bit more. And again, this opens up the opportunity for James French to come back into that top 3 as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It's going to be really fun to watch here as they're coming through that last turn now. With the pace car lights out, they'll go green this time by.
Yeah, pace car heads into the pit lane, and it is Blair Hosey in command of the field, covering center track here. Everybody stack it up here, going to be intense. Bringing them to the restart here. GRIDLIFE Circuit Legends, Rush Series, race 1, green flag, and immediately James French pounces on Andy Vogel, takes 3rd place away, and Nico Bratz is going to try to follow through as well. Vogel got absolutely just caught sleeping there, and they head through Big Bend now with Vogel trying to sneak around the outside of French, and he might get overlapped there, but had to give it back up.
He's got to be careful because he's going to get stranded on the outside of 4. We'll see if he can maintain, at least tuck in right behind him. Looks like he will for turn 4 right behind James French ahead of Nico Bratz.
Yeah, notice there, that's the best lap delta from this race. James French 7/10 slower than Vogel in race pace, but on the restart was able to take advantage of it. So that's not going to bode well for Vogel, who seems to be quicker in raw pace over the course of this race. But over the crest on the restart, Hosey leads Leach by 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, let's see whether Andy can utilize that pace advantage to see if he can get by him here. But this is a little bit of a repeat here in the top 2 of Blair Hosey kind of leading Leach and them creating this gap between them and the rest of the field.
Coming across the start-finish line here, gaps updating. Hosey, that time, look at this. Ryan Leach within 0.07 of a second of their best lap, so it is really tight between those two as far as their pace is concerned, but half a second advantage to Hosey on this lap since the restart. Look at Leach using all the curb there on driver's left. That's a very flat apex curb. You don't get a lot of flat curbs around here, but it is rough. So you can use it, but it's going to upset the chassis a little bit.
Yeah, and with these cars, with how low they are, I can't imagine, how difficult it is there. And you can see them, they kind of avoid the curb here on the uphill as well for the same reason.
Yeah, the most of the apex curbs don't have any saw teeth in them, but they are tall. Ooh, man, Ryan Leach real close to the edge of the road there, leaving West Bend turn 6, down the hill through turn 7. Woo. Again, yeah, using all the road.
Yeah, he kicked up that little bit of dust that was there from those other cars going off. That's how close he was to the edge. So he's really pushing it, trying to get away from Ryan Leach, but Ryan Leach is hanging right with him, and Andy go for the move.
Andy Vogel to the inside of James French down at turn 1. In the bottom of this shot, you'll see him come in, and he got it. So move Vogel back into P3 over James French.
Nice, clean, and aggressive from Vogel. He knows he's got to get ahead of him if he has any shot at trying to catch the top 2.
Yeah, and again, they might distract each other because Leach actually sort of kept pace with Hosey. Little drop of the tire there. It killed his straightaway speed.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot, so French will be all over him into the uphill.
Yeah, the uphill's not a great place to pass, though, so I think Andy got a little bit lucky there. He's gonna keep the position here, at least for another lap.
See West Bend there, that extra chicane on the outside. We won't be using that this weekend. We're running the original classic configuration of Lime Rock Park. Local right down, so you see him touch the curb there. It shoots the car out to the edge of the road, but he was able to catch it. These cars make quite a bit of downforce for their scale, which helps them stick. But Hosey, again, putting a couple tenths on Leach that time. You see Vogel now with the position change being recorded on the scoring. In the background, another big lunge into turn 1. That was DiGiacomo on Hamilton for 9th place, looking into turn 1. Oh, look at Vogel sideways.
Yeah, Vogel's really pushing it through here, and we were talking about curbing. The outside curbing here tends to be relatively friendly. You can put the outside of your car there. It's the inside curbing that really upsets the car. So Andy's using all of the track that he can to try and catch those top 2.
Now onto the Paul Newman straight. Name of the last couple of years, Nico Bratz closing in on Ayler in the 74. That's that red car in trail, and almost. They saw him kind of hit the compression and kind of shot sideways there. A little bit look deeper in the field, AJ Campo, and I think is that Paul Klitsch in the 71 that's right behind her. Yep. And here's, look at the yaw in Jason Ayler's car. The blue and white car just had it full sideways, turning down into the apex there. But now pretty much line turn, a little battle deeper on that front straightaway heading into turn 1.
Yeah, best battle of the field right here between Nico Bratz. As we give him the commentator's curse, goes off in 1, but maintains enough momentum. He didn't lose too much to Ayler there. So yeah, that's the best battle on track. And now behind him, though, we've got less than a second separating Alexander in 7th, and then Hamilton in 9th.
Yeah, just behind them. I think Hamilton's in that yellow car heading towards us here. Pirati in the pink car, then Hamilton, then DiGiacomo in the gray and teal. They've been throwing haymakers at each other the last couple laps into turn 1. So Brad's kind of recollecting himself here, but the real battle has been 8th, 9th, 10th, and I think TJ Hunt's in that mix as well, coming down the hill through turn 7.
Yeah, I think Hunt lost a spot on the restart from 10th to 11th, but that from 7th all the way to 11th, they're all really tight, bunched up together. You can see them now coming into the picture through the start finish as we see a move being done. I think that could be, DiGiacomo on Hamilton, heading into turn 1. Again, a very clean inside move.
And so Vogel rolls through in 3rd, gaining a little ground on French. Here's your leaders, no change here, 9/10 of a second between the front 2.
Yeah, kind of checked out here from the rest of the field. They're kind of in a league of their own.
Here's the 121. This is a little bit deeper. That's Ayrton Grimm, by the way. Gage Hughes in the 51. Grimm, this is a new chassis for him. He'd been renting cars for a while. They decided, why don't we just get our own? And they did just that, and running 13th right now. So honestly, not a bad debut for this car. Again, when he had a rental a year ago, he was real solid. But white flag is out, by the way. This will be the last lap of the race. And here's that battle we were mentioning with Brett DiGiacomo. And this is the Team Rapscallion battle. The yellow car is Hamilton, and the blue car behind is TJ Hunt. So those two cars going at it here on the run down the front straightaway. P10.
Yeah, fun battle here to watch between these two Rapscallion Racing cars. We've got some green laps being set by our other competitors here as Grimm made the move for 12th. on that lap. So Grimm losing a couple spots from starting in 10th.
Nate Hamilton really sideways, and TJ Hunt was going to take advantage of that. He had a big slip of his own through Big Bend, but gathered it back up, and now about 5-6 car lengths between them as the leaders are now making their way back around West Bend and heading back towards us here in a moment's time. Blair Hosey is 1.1 seconds clear of Leach, but this is a very close battle. Checkered flag here for the leaders.
Showing the nose into West Bend, but doesn't do it.
Wow.
Backs out of it last minute. TJ Hunt there. It looks like they're going to end up Hamilton ahead of Hunt here, 10th and 11th.
Yeah, that was amazing, that battle all the way to the end. So Hosey leads, wins over Leach, then Vocal, French, Ayler, Bratz, Alexander, Parati, DiGiacomo, and then to the stripe, Hamilton gets that one over teammate TJ Hunt, and right behind Ayrton Grimm on debut in his new car, P12 there, so solid run. That was a fun battle between these two.
Yeah, those two know each other a lot from their drifting. It's really cool to see. The really cool thing about Rush is we've got some old GRIDLIFE time attackers, we've got some old GRIDLIFE wheel-to-wheel racers, and we've got some GRIDLIFE drifters all together in this series. Really cool to watch how the different people from different routes race differently.
Yeah, for sure. So field comes back around, and we'll have a look here at our race results in just a moment. And Blair Hosey pretty much in command of that race, and really didn't give Leach a big opportunity to get back to him. He lost 0.3 on the last lap, but nothing major there.
Yeah, the top two are kind of in a league of their own in terms of pace, and Andy did a really good job of getting back ahead of James French to retake that third spot, and he kind of ran away from him throughout the rest of the race. So hopefully Andy can find where he's losing that little bit of time to Blair Hosey and Ryan Leach and make it a three-way fight.
There you go, Blair Hosey, Ryan Leach, Vocal, French, Ayler, your top 5, then Bratz, Alexander, Parati, Brett DiGiacomo, and Nate Hamilton, your top 10, 16 seconds back. And, TJ Hunt just off the top 10 there. He's in the top 10 in points, but Ayrton Grimm, nice, good 12th place opening run for that new car. Then Kellert, Hughes, Wilson, the rest of the top 15.
Yeah, and in 16th, Larry Brady, Jake Sanders in 17th as we move on to the 21st, Jake Hardesty in 22nd, Joseph Tang, 23rd, Paul Klitsch, 24th, AJ Campo, 25th, Bryce Mersberger, and 26th, Jalen Batley. Yeah,
Bryce and Jalen had a couple of issues that prevented them from finishing the race, but those are your results from GRIDLIFE Rush Series race number 1. And, they head back into the pit lane. That was a pretty fun race with a yellow flag, shortening it just a little bit, but plenty of good highlights from that one.
Yeah, nice, mostly clean racing from everybody here in the top 10. So it was really, really good to watch, really fun to watch the fight from 3rd all the way through to 11th between TJ Hunt and Nate Hamilton.
Well,